Hello, my friends. Welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, May 6th, 2025. This is Jennifer. I want to start off with some birthday goodies today. I got a package from Joel's last week for my birthday, and it had some awesome things in it. Let's start with the gift wrap. Because of course we're both quilters, my gift wrap was all fabrics, these nice 2.5-inch strips with stars. A sweet little print, which I'm pretty sure is one of the fabrics that Hip Stitch sells, which is of course where Joel's works. I have a piece from this line, but I didn't have this fabric, so this is awesome. This is a Kaufman. And the most Joel's fabric in here was the biggest piece, which I'm 99% sure this is what Joel's used to make her phone case insert, which is this awesome, funky, just super fun fabric. And that's just the gift wrap. She also sent me these really cool buttons and these super awesome fabrics. The fabrics are from Japan, and she said she also got these for herself so that we both have these sets. So I have some red and some off-white with different color prints. And I got some really cool stickers. Also, these are also from Japan. Really cute magnet from the aquarium in Tokyo, and a super sweet little mochi magnet. Those were the small cute things that she sent with my birthday package. Now for the big one. These are working giant scissors. They'll go up here with my giant buttons. If you're new around here, I love things that are the sizes that they're not supposed to be. So I have giant clothespins. I have giant buttons that Jules gave me as well. And now I have a pair of giant scissors, so I'm super excited about that. I also like tiny things, so I have a collection of tiny irons. So I like really big things and teeny tiny things, just anything that's really not the size it's supposed to be. Last week I shared with you guys a couple of tops that I had made, and I super enjoyed that. So I mentioned I was going to go thrifting to look for fabrics to make into some more tops, and I did do that. And I have a very short story to tell you guys about that. So I bought a number of things. So I brought it all home. I threw it in the wash. I threw a couple of color catchers in, and I ran it through the wash. And when I opened my washing machine, literally everything inside was blue. I washed everything repeatedly with color catchers trying to get it out. It didn't work. I sorted out the things that started out white. Most things started out white, and ended up using some out white bright and lots of color catchers, and I got these things back to the right color. So this is a lovely 100% cotton tablecloth. If you can see it, but it's got a really subtle pattern on it, and it's the perfect weight for like a summer top. So I'm going to use this like fabric. It's 60 inches wide and probably 2+ yards long. So it was definitely like a dining room tablecloth, but it only has a couple of little marks on it that I'll be able to cut around with no problem. Looking forward to using this. Again, this was blue, got it back to the right color. This is a table runner I bought because I thought this would make like really good embellishment for like a blouse or maybe some sleeves or something like that. I really like it. It's just a table runner. I think I paid $2 for this. It also turned blue. This was one of the first things I was able to rescue. And then this is a sheet. It's a cotton sheet. It was way more coral, and when I removed the color from it, I lost some of the coral too, but at least it's not like murky blue-gray anymore. So I'm not sure if I'll use this or not. I was thinking peasant blouse, but I don't love it as much as I did before the color change. The culprit was a dress that I bought as well that I was also going to use for fabric, but it was a dye bomb. It bled all over everything. I washed it by itself after I had done all this a couple of times because I thought, I will donate it back, and it still was coming out with almost black color catchers. It was crazy. So I will not be using that one. I don't want to risk getting more color transfer. That was an experience. Now that I've talked about my birthday goodies and my thrifted fabric, I want to talk about the quilt on the wall. You guys probably have already noticed that I have some rows pieced. All of my rows are actually pieced. This is the bottom 3 rows of the quilt. These are actually pieced together with their sashing, and I have a finalized design. I do have a few blocks to make for the top. They are not going to be books. It's going to be a special design that goes across the top, which I will share with you guys when I get that made. And this week it is just my son and myself in the house. My 27-year-old son. I'm not like by myself with a kid. My husband is out of town, so I am going to be sewing like a maniac to work on this because I would love to have a finished quilt top when he gets home at the end of the week. We ended up rearranging a few and moving some things down to the bottom and then swapping out some blocks from other rows. And one of the things we did was we made an Inspector Morse block that was all things that were related to Inspector Morse. So our London Detective row just became British Detective row. And so that was really fun to figure out. There's like a Jaguar manual and a book of crossword puzzles from the Oxford Times and things like that. So that was super fun. And then we finished out the bottom row with Rivers of London and Dresden Files. So that's complete. So all the books are complete. Every single book is complete. We've got 6 across, 7 down, and then my sashing is 1.5 inches finished. We started to go down to 1. He wanted it a little narrower, but it was gonna shrink this way a little bit, and I think we have a good compromise. So I'm really happy with the way that came out. One of the things that happens when you machine embroider on a quilt block like this is it will cause the fabric to kind of pull in a little bit. So I've been doing a lot of pressing and a lot of measuring and pinning to make sure that I'm getting my 60-inch rows. So I find the center of my sashing and then I'm super careful so that I can make sure I'm working out and easing all of those blocks so that they're actually the width they're supposed to be. And just a little tip that I have found really useful, if you sew your border on with the block on the bottom, so it's the one on the side with the feed dogs, you're going to end up with a much flatter seam. So that's worked out great. And you can see these are working out fine. I'm sewing like extra careful, super slow because I have so many hours in this already. I don't want to rush through this part and mess it up. I want to give a big shout out to my coffee supporters. Thank you to my regular supporters who support me every single month. Because I have been asked several times, I've added super thanks to my videos, which means if you want to make a little donation to support my channel, you can do that right on YouTube. So no one's done it yet, but it was a request, so I did add that. So it's on every video now because that's how it works. It just automatically adds it to every video. And I think that is going to be it, you guys. I'm so excited about the progress on this. I'm excited to get to think about what I'm going to do with my fabric that Jules sent me and hang out my giant scissors. So that is going to be it for me this week. You guys have a really wonderful week. Have a crafty week. Be sure and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.